Let's make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
This is The Rush with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson on the Rush Radio Network, Iowa's sports station.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. And check out the State Fair savings that you can get from Willis Automotive, like a 2026 Nissan Pathfinder, Rogue, or Frontier. 0% financing for 60 months for well-equipped or well-qualified buyers who finance with NMAC. So check it out at willisauto.com and take advantage of that State Fair savings. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushladio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment section. Phone lines are always open for you. 515-517-2303. And, of course, follow us on our social media channels. Good morning, Ross Peterson. What's going on there, buddy?
Not much. Interesting Monday for us, huh?
It was a very, very interesting Monday. I was getting through my afternoon. I was getting ready to wrap up, ready to go home. I get a text, and all of a sudden, the bomb drops, right? And Lucas and Sean let us know that they got a cease and desist letter from their former employer. And I've never been served a cease and desist letter before. Have you ever been served a cease and desist letter before? Either have I. It was an interesting read, and a lot of stuff I didn't know, and I think they were taken aback by it. So there were calls going around, and I guess for the time being, because you are legally served a cease and desist letter. Sean and Lucas and Beyond the Bench will not be on today. Now, if we can get this settled and get this moving in the right direction, maybe they could be on tomorrow or by the end of the week. Or worst case scenario, it's going to be another 6 months. So, I mean, there's a lot of things in motion here, and a lot of things to kind of take in. Were you surprised, Ross, when you saw that?
Yeah, blown away. Couldn't believe that they were going to be that petty to enforce that on those guys. Couldn't believe it.
Here's what
I know who I mean I know who it is. I have a really good idea of. There's only a couple of people that I would put the blame on. One of them's an absolute fucking snake. That I worked with for 15 years. I know how this went down, and so it's disgusting. But
I have a hard time believing that Suits in New York knew that Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain were doing a new radio show, right?
No.
And so obviously, whatever complaint happened had to come from the Des Moines market. At least that's what I believe.
Had to.
And here's what upsets me.
One of their former friends, one of their former coworkers, a person that for years had told them, "I'm on your team." A person that when I got fired, told them, "I'm your guy." The dude that I told Sean for years, "Hey, this guy's a snake. Watch out." I won't say his name. Nobody knows his name. I'm not going to give him the credit. He doesn't deserve it. Nobody's ever heard this guy's name. You'll never know this guy's name. He's a tool.
And so, I mean, they went into detail, but, and people are probably wondering, well, how is Ross Peterson and Travis Justice, were they able to start a show the day after I quit? Well, there's a couple things that happened there. I was never under contract by iHeartRadio, ever. I refused to sign a contract. Ross, I believe, your contract had expired and did not re-sign, and you were probably 6, maybe 8 months outside that contract.
Something like that, yeah. I did. And remember, that was one of those things. Travis, remember when we golfed? You took us to that really cool golf course out in the middle of nowhere. The country club that you grew up in. We played in your friend's open. Your buddy played barefoot.
Where was that?
Wasn't it like Underwood?
Did we play Neola? I don't remember playing Neola.
The Neola Country Club or whatever it was. Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of the days I hadn't signed the contract. And it was like, hey, you're gonna have to sign the contract, man. Everybody has to sign the contract. I'm like, I ain't signing that contract. I don't know. That it doesn't matter. To me, it really doesn't matter. You fire a guy, you fire a person, and then you say, hey, by the way, you don't get to do that thing that you do. Why? Because I'm paying you who knows, a portion of the shitty salary that I gave you while you were here. I'm going to give you a portion of that, and then I'm not going to allow you to do anything else. It's so gross, man.
Now, here's what upsets me about what happened is that iHeart was not taken off guard by Sean and Lucas starting a show. In fact, iHeart was alerted before we even announced the show. In a meeting, I know a meeting took place to where people were told, hey, this is what we're doing. This is the rate card. We're out on the street selling the show. So they knew a week and a half.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, they were steering our. Yeah, that's true.
So the people at iHeart knew a week and a half before the show even launched on August 3rd that this show was taking place. At that point, they could have and should have, in their mind, issued the cease and desist, right? I mean, instead, you wait to over 2 weeks until the show is on the air to issue a cease and desist. That's petty. That's petty. You could have, and maybe it's to embarrass the Rush Radio Network. No. Maybe it's to embarrass Sean and Lucas. Maybe it's to you say, huh, we'll get these guys. They think they're putting shows on the air.
That's what it is. It's we're going to squeeze this.
Yeah.
We'll watch what we control. We're going to squeeze this. Not realizing what that's going to look like. Travis, I'm not surprised, but I'm surprised that it happened. As soon as it happened, it was like, oh yeah, duh. Oh yeah, duh. I know these people. I know what we're dealing with. Duh. Petty, manipulative, controlling, want more control, need more control, don't care what happens to get more control. These guys think they get to make decisions. I'll show them.
To me, if you're going to have a and I'll go into my contract negotiations because I never signed the contract. There were a couple things on there that really bothered me. And one, they wanted me to forfeit specifically my digital rights. And I said, I'm not giving you my digital rights. All digital rights. And that included MCL Construction. I said, guys, you don't own MCL Construction. I run their social media. I do their videos. I do their podcast. You don't own those digital rights. I said, I've been doing the Doc Talk podcast since 2010. You don't own my digital rights. I've been doing the Total Tuscany podcast since 2011. You don't get to own those properties that I started. And then we went back and forth about the definition of radio. I said, radio is a changing market, meaning I will sign a non-compete for the Des Moines AM/FM market. I will not sign a non-compete for digital radio. And I know people have a hard time getting, is Netflix television? Yes. Is Sirius XM radio? Yes. Is the Rush Radio Network radio? We're on 365, 24/7. It's a different form of radio that is transitioning. You just got to change your habits a little bit. But I didn't want to give up those digital rights. And I said, I'm not giving you my digital rights. And then here was the second one, Ross, that they didn't want to go. If you want me to sign a 2-year contract, if you fire me, you will pay me the remaining 2 years of that contract.
Clause. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get to come to me and say, well, here's a 3-month severance. Here's a 6-month severance. If you want me to commit for a 2-year period, you're going to pay me if you end all this for a 2-year period. And I remember sitting in the general manager's office, and I said, can we have an off-the-record conversation? He goes, yeah. I go, would you fucking sign this? Would you sign this? No. I said, I'm not signing it. So you can take me off the air now, which I'm fine, or we just go on status quo we've done the last 15 years. Unfortunately, and somebody put this up, that is, it must be a lawyer. AJ must be a lawyer, or he's been through this before, because he brought up the non-competes, and they are enforceable, and unfortunately. Iowa is a right-to-work state, but you have people, they need to get rid of these things.
Okay, so the right to work, it gets, and like a lot of things in politics, it gets misunderstood and misapplied. Right to work is a lot more of like a union-specific law, okay?
Yeah.
You can't require somebody to be a member of a union. It's like a public works employee. A guy gets hired to work in public works, and they say, all right, here's how you do the union. And he says, I don't want to do the union. They can't say, all right, then you're out. You don't get to benefit from the union you get to benefit from the union without being a part of the union in Iowa. The contract law with non-competes is a little bit different. Again, I'm not an attorney. I would love to have an attorney call in and tell us, give us some advice on what to do here. Because
517-2303 if you're an attorney out there.
I really did think it was more of a situation of a gentleman's agreement. I really did, and that's how I always understood it. Look at the things that happened in Des Moines radio. Marty Terrell left our radio station on a Friday and started a competing AM sports talk radio station on Monday. And that same boss that you talked to sat on his fingers. Well, nothing we can do about it. They send these kids a cease and desist.
AJ also said a cease and desist cannot be issued until you act on your intentions. Fine. Then day one, send it. Don't wait 2 weeks and a day.
I don't know what that means. I can explain to me what that means.
So
until it says what? It says
you
what
act
now?
on the intention. So we're out there saying, hey, iHeart, we're doing a show, right? Until you do show number 1, you haven't acted on the intention. Does that make sense?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You can say you're doing it.
Yes.
Doesn't mean anything until you do it.
Until you do it.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are legalese here. I'm not going to dispute that. Let's go to the non-compete. To me, non-competes are valid if, let's say, Keith Murphy, who's under contract. I'm just using Keith as an example because he's one of the most popular guys in Des Moines, right? If Keith Murphy says, I'm going to go, I've got 2 years left on my WHO TV 13 contract, but Channel 8 offers me the sports director's gig because Scott Reister decided he's now a big author and he's going to stop, right? You can't jump across the street like that because that's bad faith. If somebody ends your employment, to me, the contract's null and void.
And Travis, I saw this play out in Des Moines a bunch of times. We could get Heather on. Heather could come talk. We got Heather from KIOA.
That's right.
How'd that work? Oh, because you called a buddy. And you said, "Hey man, you guys going to do this thing? You're good with it, right?" "Yeah, we're good with it." "Okay. Never mind. Strike that part of the contract. We're not going to, or more importantly, we're not going to raise this up the corporate ladder." Because nothing happens with this unless we make a phone call that says, "Hey, there's a problem." What's the problem? Do they think, well, I mean, behind the scenes a little bit better than I do, even Travis, where Sean and Lucas was their show taking money away from iHeartRadio? Or was the decision to fire Sean and Lucas taking money away from iHeartRadio?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
I mean, they'll tell you that any competing show, that sells something is taking money away from them. Well, if they got a show and they're selling it, that's taking money out of our pocket.
Yeah. Because
You
it's
know?
it's a finite pie and they need all of it. 51% wasn't good enough. Having the major market share wasn't good enough. Need more.
It's just, I was taken aback by it. We're going to honor it. You know, in our network set up a little bit differently, right? I mean, Sean and Lucas aren't our employees. They are content creators on a freelance basis. We don't have people under contracts. They can come on the show. They can do their shows. If they ever say, hey, we're done, we can't stop them. And if they wanted to go start their own thing, they could. We believe collectively you work strong, much like Iowa Everywhere. I give them props. I mean, Three Beards. We're all just doing something to fill a void and providing team atmosphere and consistency.
So again, and if you're wondering, because Jay has asked this also, how did you two get around this? How did Murph and Andy get around it? How did Williams get around it? He quit and then started something new. What was the difference? We weren't under the same contract. Especially Travis, Murph, Andy, Chris. Those guys were basically subcontractors in a way, is best way to put it, right, Travis? You were part-time employees that had...
Well, you know, when I first started, I was a freelancer, meaning I would send them an invoice every month. They would pay me. I'd get 1099. Then they didn't want to do the 1099, and so they said, hey, can we make you a part-time employee? I said, sure, it doesn't matter. That way you're going to take the taxes out.
And you had to start doing Workday.
Then, yeah, that was stupid. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, the Morning Rush is pretty successful. We need to sign you to a contract. Not going to happen. Not for 2 hours a day.
We could tell you guys stories that you'd be like, that was a corp. This was a business? Ross, we want you to do sound off, but here's the deal. We can't have you actually put those hours on your time card because you're there for 12. I mean, they're there for 12 hours a day. Travis and I would get there at 10 a.m. and leave at 10 p.m. So do you put on your time card that you were there for 12 hours on a Saturday? We can't do that, Ross. Listen to you. My boss is really going to put the screws down on me. He's 12 hours on a Saturday. He's going to wonder what the fuck is going on over here in Des Moines, Iowa. Okay. So I'm going to need you to put down that you were here for 2 hours, and we'll change your rate of pay.
That's a true story. True story. We'll just change your rate of pay, and it all works out in the end. We knew what we were getting a show.
Trust us. It all works out. Because the way that the money works is it's in one account. We're going to transfer it to another account. And then it's got, just trust us. And then so what do you do? What do you do? So do you not do the show that you love to do with your buddy that's super fun on a Saturday that you're going to get a couple $100 for?
AJ comes in again. Hey, the biggest issue with all this is that if you don't act on a non-compete once, all others can be invalid. There has to be some contract to buy them out, even for $1. Not all buyouts have to be even. AJ, if you're a lawyer, call the damn show.
We'd loved it. It says AJ Anderson. What does it say? MMDA. What does that mean? That sounds like a doctor. I thought it said MMA, and I'm like, he's a fighter, dude. He's a cauliflowered ear, broken nose, tough guy.
We got a phone call coming in at 515-517-2303. You know this guy's going to be fired up. Coach Hersom, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on?
How you doing this morning, gents?
Good.
Obviously, you got some topics to talk about, but I am not a lawyer, so if AJ is, he should be the follow-up call,
right.
And I'll try to keep this short. The sports construction industry is a unique niche, and trust me, there's a lot of non-competes in there. I can tell you this from experience. So my cousin worked for a company out of Atlanta, got fired, and immediately was notified that he had a 1-year non-compete clause. It literally about broke him. I mean, seriously. But Yeah, I don't, and one guy mentioned something about suing. The problem is you're suing a corporation, and you're an individual.
And these,
can you afford that?
And the truth is, I don't think they have a leg to stand on at this point. Because I mean, that's the crap part of it. But hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. We're just a little old startup internet radio station trying to do good.
Little old Clemson. We're just little old Clemson.
Is all we are.
Clemson.
Oh, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, man.
You betcha. Have a good day, guys.
Yep. They had to know there would be drama behind this, right? I mean, the waters had just calmed. Things were getting back to normal. By the way, Trent Condon will be on the Lunch Rush.
Again, different scenario, different contract. Do you think Sean and Lucas knew that this was a part of what they had signed?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't, because before I remember asking the question, are you guys cleared to do this? And they were under the assumption they were. And sometimes it's buried in the fine print. Sometimes it says, refer to, and I don't know what they signed. I never saw their separation agreement. But sometimes it said, refer to the language in your contract. How many people keep their contract around and actually read it?
I think that's how it. I think that's how that must have been how, because I got a severance package.
Yeah. But if your contract had already expired for a 6-month period, they'd had no recourse because you hadn't been working under a contract. And were you full-time at that point, or were you part-time at that point?
No, I was part-time.
Okay.
Yeah. I gave and I gave up the part-time thing. Anyway, I won't. Whatever.
I mean, it's a learning experience for us all. We are going to, as more shows come on board the Rush Radio Network, we'll be aware of this. I just feel sorry for Sean and Lucas. They've put so much work into making this happen, and we went through some of the technical glitches. They've been sounding great the last week and a half, and they're so passionate about it. And Ross, I don't know if they see the business side of it, because there is a business side of what we do here. They just want to do the radio show, right? I mean, it's just like they just want to do their radio show.
Well, and let me be really sarcastic for a moment. I thought they wanted to get really rich too. I thought they were doing this because they were making tons of money. Isn't that why iHeart stepped? I mean, iHeart wouldn't care unless these guys were making a lot of money, right? They wouldn't care that these guys were just doing a show and trying to get something started on their own, and right? Assholes.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what they're scared of. Why would you? And you know what a cease and desist is? It's a threat, right?
It's a threat.
It is
Travis,
a threat.
It's control.
Yes,
I told you this when I watched this. I watched it happen. Got to have more control. We'll lie about people behind their back. We'll lie to people to their face. Lie to people to their face. And those are the people that are making the decisions down there. So that's what you get. Most people have been a part of a team that got toxic. In work, in sports, in something, you're part of a team that got toxic. And at the end of it, you looked around and you're like, man, things all changed when this happened. When this person started getting a bigger voice and a louder voice, this all started to change.
You mean when your on-air host actually become ingrained in the community and become the trusted voice and not the always human part of it, right? I mean,
everything's a relationship business.
100%.
And as soon as we built the relationships and the all of a sudden the customers were our friends and the salespeople were kind of in the way of that relationship, that's when it became a problem. Control.
You know, I hear these a lot. Corn-fed disc golf says, let me see if I can get this up there. That's not it. Right here. I got a cease and desist for my disc golf business from some dog shit clothing company in California earlier this year.
Yeah.
You see that a lot when it comes to breweries. I think breweries get it when it comes to naming beer.
Barntown was going to be named Burn City. No. I'm sorry. Barn City. Pete wanted to name it Barn City. Got a cease and desist because there was a Burn City brewery in Chicago. That's what it was. I read one the other day. Did you see that a barcade in New York is suing a barcade in Des Moines? Travis, you have barcades in Omaha. I went past one. There's a company in New York that claims to own the term barcade.
Ours is beercade.
Oh, look at this. See?
Yeah.
Sneaky little bastards.
Mess Die says, I don't know anything about the letter set, but can you argue internet podcasting is an AM/FM competition? Two separate platforms? No, because you got to podcast. What we are doing, I know I'm gonna do this till I'm blue in the face. This is not a podcast. This is a live radio show that is broadcast on the internet every day. Can you find a podcast replay? Absolutely. Go back to when we were on terrestrial AM/FM radio. You tell me how this show is any different. We take phone calls. The only difference is we're on YouTube, but our radio platform, our online radio platform runs 365, 24/7. So it is competition. And it's the competition, not from a content standpoint. It's a competition for an ad dollarship standpoint.
I hope Lucas keeps this letter from the senior corporate counsel. I mean, yeah, that one deserves to be framed and put up on the wall. What does it say here? I did like the terminology that they used. That's why I went to go find it. Maybe I'm not supposed to read this on the air. Are they going to sue me?
And I need to be clear. As much
send
as I
me
don't
an email
like
that they want their equipment back that I don't have again.
I need to be clear here. To be fair on both sides, I think this is petty. I think it's wrong. Does iHeart have a legal standing? 100%. I am not denying that.
It says the format, subject matter. Because again, this all does give it, when you're like, hey, is it a competing thing? It falls under this category.
100%.
It says the format, subject matter, branding, target audience, and content are substantially similar, if not virtually identical. I mean, a lot of it's boilerplate, and then, they splash some of Sean and Lucas's stuff into the boilerplate.
And you go, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, because people last night, my group texts were like, oh, I bet Travis is pissed. And I'm like, I'm a lot more upset about it than Travis. I said, you're mad.
I'm mad for a couple reasons, but yes. I mean,
do you want to say who you're mad at?
I'm not. I'm just mad at the whole situation, right?
Yeah.
And that is, we asked, hey, are you guys in the clear?
Yeah. I'm mad at the people here in Des Moines that were Sean and Lucas's buddies that we knew were snakes that went out of their way to shut this down. The kids, they are not making a lot of money.
Right now,
they're not making
zero.
That was my point earlier. They're not making money. And it's going to take them time, just like it took Travis and I.
You know how long Ross and I worked for zero? A long time. Because we do this because we enjoy it. It's fun.
And you believe in it, and we believe in it. Like, this is fun. Yeah. Dude, walking around the fair, Trav, and having people come up and go, hey, man, listen every morning. Love what you guys are doing. Thank you. That's so freaking cool. Even a young kid. This kid, I'm walking across the street, and he's a farm boy. You can tell at the fair. You can tell the role players and the real ones, right? This kid was a real one. I'm walking across, and he's giving me the look. He even had the Fu Manchu mustache. And he's like, hey, I don't want to make this weird, but I'm a big fan. I go, oh, thanks. He goes, you're reaching the younger audience. I'm 24, I think is what he said. Something like that. It looked like he was 24.
We're going long, but I'm going to take a phone call anyway because AJ has finally called in, and he actually works for the Iowa Media Network. AJ, you won the didn't you win the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woohoo at one point?
I sure did. Yes. Yeah. Appreciate that from you guys.
So a competing media network listens to the Rush Radio Show. So thanks for all your comments this morning, by the way. We appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm just now calling in, but yeah, I'm getting ready for my show, and I wanted to jump in here really quick.
Okay. What do you got?
Yeah. So we dealt with this when we hired an employee before. He was fired wrongly. Won a lawsuit for unemployment in between us hiring him and everything else. So, I mean, it was proven in court that he was fired improperly, and the non-compete still held up.
Wow.
We had to have a contract to buy him out of that non-compete. And it was like, well, how you moved him across the country here, fires him, and now within 100 miles for a year, he can't work. How is that fair to the employee? And so we did a lot of digging into that because I thought there's no way. But yes, it is. It still holds up in court because it is fair in distance. So they consider up to 100 miles fair in distance, and it's fair in time that up to 1 year you can keep somebody. And essentially, I get that they say they may have paid somebody training, moving expenses, whatever. And so you are investing in that person. So 1 year isn't enough time, or isn't much time if you said, well, I invested in this person's training, so now I want my money back long term. But they still fired them and then kept them from working in that industry.
And
it's
AJ,
a lot like copyright, though. Go ahead.
No, you finished. Just a lot like copyrights. How?
So if you do not act on, if you find out about one and you don't act on it, the next person, if they try to fight your non-compete, will then go back and say, well, look, they don't care about their non-competes because here's a reference where they didn't fight this one, but they're fighting mine. So a blanket, you have to fight all of them. And then even if they say, well, hey, we'll go into negotiations with you and sell it out for $1, we just had to look like we were fighting this. Now, I'm sure that's not the case in this point, but every non-compete has to be fought no matter. And that's the problem with the legal system in this country is that, oh, well, there's no gray area of you have to fight this one because you have to fight all of them. Otherwise, every one of your non-competes becomes null and void.
Yeah.
And that makes it. And when you look at a company like iHeart that's covered nationwide, if you let one go, that would null and void every single non-compete. Okay, AJ, thanks for the phone call, man. I'm sorry you guys had to go through that, but you get very good perspective on it.
And it's no fun, and we will not implement non-competes. It's so much better to just do contracts. Both sides know, hey, it's 1 year, it's 2 years. You can have a buyout in there to say, hey, after a year, if you want to leave, if we want to fire you, here's what we pay you out for the rest of your contract. So then both sides have the power. I think that's the more appropriate way to go.
All right, AJ, last question. What's the MMDA stand for?
So way back in the day, I had, when I was in high school and then early college days, multimedia design agency.
Oh.
So I did a lot of wedding videos. So MMDA was multimedia design agency.
So, AJ, I'm curious. You work for the Iowa Media Network. You have your own morning show, but you get up and watch us every morning?
I do, yeah.
You the man.
Buddy and I co-own the Iowa Media Network. We were the company that did the state tournament for 1A, 2A baseball this year, state wrestling this year. So we worked with Iowa Public Television going into the finals for state wrestling. So we have 8 broadcast networks across southern Iowa and now in the central Iowa that we do high school sports primarily. But yeah, love listening to you guys. You're entertaining every morning, and then going and do my morning show at 7 a.m.
Excellent. Thanks, AJ.
Thanks a lot,
Appreciate it,
AJ.
man.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
Yep. Hope to meet him in person someday. Good dude.
So just, it's funny.
Can you imagine the Iowa Media Network having to deal with you're probably like, we're just trying to bring content to people. You learn something new every day.
I wish, for the record, there's a part of me that wishes the boys would just throw up the middle fingers and keep doing it and say, do what you're going to do. What does it mean? Take what? Take what?
Yeah, but
I know, I get it. The people that think things through and aren't as reactive as me, you, Jeff Klein,
because I don't want to jeopardize
that's right. That's right.
We're in this for the long haul. We're not in this for the short haul, right?
Yeah. There was a big part of me yesterday that wanted to flip up a middle finger and say, let's ride, boys.
Do you think they would have come after him if they just would have did a 3 times a week podcast?
Somebody asked if they would have if they could just do podcasts. If they weren't going live, could they do that?
I don't think now, if that makes sense. I don't think now. So you're right. Sean and Lucas, now, just to let everybody know, best case scenario, and this is just me thinking. I haven't talked to Sean or Lucas about this. Best case scenario, this thing gets solved by the end of the week and they're back on the air. Worst case scenario, from the time they sign their separation agreement, it would be a 6-month waiting period. That's the worst case scenario. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully cooler heads can prevail. Something can be worked out. We'll keep you in the mix. We'll let you know what's going on.
Brian says just rebrand it. Swap the first letters of their first names. It could be Lean and Suckass.
Oh, Ross, you never disappoint. And on that, we'll take a late commercial break. If you're not feeling right, don't ignore it. Treat it, but treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control, because at UCI, you will get personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at iowauro.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
It's August, and that means it's almost time to send your kids back to school. And here at Willis Lexus, we want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. So for this month, we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car into any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like your brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com. Thank you.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
If you are in the market for a new home, you have two things you have to do. First is call Ross Peterson at Agency Iowa and get yourself connected with Ross because he can show you any house you want to look at, and he'll work his ass off to make sure that you get the home that you want. Then you're going to call Gary Presnall, a mortgage originator with Community Choice Credit Union in Des Moines. He can get you pre-approved in less than 30 minutes. Pre-approvals can be done after hours on the weekends. He's the state's top producing mortgage originator and has been the last 8 years. A ton of different loan programs, including new construction loans. He's been doing it for the past 25 years. He's experienced, he's trusted, he's proven. Best way to contact Gary, give him a call at 515-975-6767. Or you can email him, gary.presnall@comchoicecu.org. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. You know, I got to be honest with you, Ross. I'm sure Sean is a little bummed he's not doing a show today because the White Sox had a dramatic game against the Cubs last night.
Saw this.
And it was going to extra innings. Pete Crow Armstrong steps up to the plate in the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th, one on, and hits a bomb to walk off. Here's a little stat for you. Pete Crow Armstrong becomes the first player since 2010 to lead off a game with a home run and walk off a game with a home run.
Incredible that happened in 2010.
Yes.
You asked me a couple weeks ago, is he the MVP? I said, man, he's in that running. He's had a stretch here that's been incredible. He had an 18-game stretch, Travis, that ended just a couple of games ago. That was one of the great, and you know, baseball, they pull up the most insane stats. It was like one of the greatest 18-game runs in the history of baseball. He's been on fire lately. Fun dude.
Where does he, and I want to have this conversation because I don't know. You'll have a better idea than I would. In the name of stars, baseball stars.
Oh, boy.
Where does Pete Crow Armstrong fall? I mean, he's not bigger than Shohei.
Shohei is the number one star.
Is he bigger than Bryce Harper?
No, just because of time.
Okay. Let me throw another one at you. He hit the 30-30 club last night. He becomes the youngest Cub in franchise history to go for back-to-back 30-30 seasons.
It's really good, man. Cal Raleigh. Is he a bigger star than Cal Raleigh? Yes. But maybe is that mid-America bias happening there?
Yeah, but we're talking about the Chicago Cubs. When we rank the popularity of baseball franchises, I think Yankees number one, right? Dodgers,
Yes.
Red
Yeah,
Sox.
I think so. But
Cardinals, Cubs, or are the Cubs ahead of the Cardinals? I don't know.
yes, Cubs are ahead of the Cardinals.
Okay. So you're talking fourth most popular franchise? They're not ahead of the Red Sox. I never thought I'd have this conversation about what are the most popular franchises.
I'm just trying to think of other players, Travis. I mean, I think this goes to the point. Who are some of the most popular players? Not the best. Yordan Alvarez doesn't qualify. Could he be the AL MVP? Yep. Is he? Would you know him if he walked into your mom's living room? Nope. Who would be in that list? Man, I'm kind of realizing right now baseball has a real lack of stars.
Yes.
So yeah, Pete Crow.
And when you were young, when I was young, the stars were in baseball.
Oh my goodness. And I could name 5 guys on every team. I could name more than that, but whatever. So yeah, Pete Crow Armstrong, is he the most famous, most popular player in baseball right now? I mean, Kyle Schwarber is popular,
but all he does is hit bombs or strike out, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's popular.
I'm simplifying it, but yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong does bring a lot more of excitement. Ronald Acuna, Todd just wrote in. That's a good one. There's the former MVP. I think multiple MVPs.
And by the way, we'll have players do amazing things, but when you have a popular, not just popular, but your star delivers in star moments, that's what we love, right?
You're right. That's what made Caitlin Clark huge.
Yes.
I like these names: Judge, Paul Skeens, Schwarber, Shohei. Casey wrote in Harper, Soto, Trout, Betts, Freddie Freeman. He wrote Bobby Witt Jr.
God, it sucks to be buried on the Royals,
man. Let me see. I haven't looked at this in a while either. I haven't looked at my MLB standings for several days. Yankees are 6 games back. We better refresh that. That's not right. This says the Tampa Bay Rays are in first place in the AL East. Something's wrong with my computer. Audrey says, Dad, no, the Yankees just suck. Dodgers are 8 games up on the Padres. Cubs are 4.5 back. Cubs are still the 4th best team in the National League. And the 5th best team in all of baseball.
Berger brings up something good. Besides, it's not Mizorowski. It is Mizorowski because he throws 155 miles an hour. But he says, best team in baseball right now, name a Brewer.
Yeah. Name 3 on the best team. Are they the best team in baseball right now? 77 and 48 they are. Wow. Yeah, 4.5 up on the 5th best team in all of baseball.
But not only, and what adds to last night's heroics, the lead. Oh, let's not forget, I believe he led off the game with a home run. I think he also had a single and a double. I think he walked, and then the walk-off home run. He might have had a stolen base in there as well. But hell of a game, and then you do it against the White Sox, your crosstown rival, adds even more to the drama.
Did you see the brawl?
I didn't see the brawl, no.
Oh. Classic Chicago North Side South Side brawl in the right center field bleachers. Yeah. Who do you think won?
White Sox fans.
They were kicking the Audrey's listening to the show this morning. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
I did not see that.
Dude, there's one guy that literally just goes full turtle. Just buckles up and he gets hit 12 times before the security guards get to him. And he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there watching the Cubs game. And you're like, oh, this sucks. I've had a lot of fun at Wrigley. Never once a fight like that I can remember, at least. Yeah, Dusty says Big Boy took like 50 punches. He ate a few. He just again he couldn't fight back. He's in the middle of the brawl. And I didn't watch it back to see like if he had actually been involved, but he just sits there and a guy just wails on him.
I've never been to a sporting event where a fight is broken out that I've seen. I've never witnessed one like in person.
Like a melee like that, like dozens of people fighting at one time.
Yeah. And maybe it's because I was always in a press box or I was on the field, the camera on my shoulder, not paying attention to that. So I've never seen a brawl in person.
Yeah, I think that's a part. I think you were protected from it from that, but I don't remember maybe I'm missing something. Dusty's listed this for me. I don't ever remember there being a fight at a Hawkeye game. I don't ever remember getting in a brawl with another group of guys or seeing something like that. Listen, I had some friends that said some inappropriate things to the opposing fans, especially when the Hawkeyes were winning. But nothing, I don't ever remember it getting to that point of like physical altercation.
And you got to be really pissed to get to a physical. And usually alcohol is probably involved, right?
I think it's a huge contributing factor.
Yeah. Big time. Big time.
Yeah, big brawl in the stands last night. Doesn't take away from the nice win for the Cubbies. Still 4.5 back, but really at this point, I think you're just it's more about the playoffs. Are you a playoff team? What do you do to prepare for that playoff run? And it's a good thing here that we're in the middle of August and the Cubs are in the position that they're in.
After we got off the air yesterday, we found out that Hayden Panettiere died at the age of 36. I forgot, Ross, that she was the daughter in Remember the Titans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think of her from I thought her first big break was that show Heroes. Was she in Heroes?
She was in Heroes. She's been acting since she was 11 months old.
They had her in shows since she was 11 months.
Yeah, so she was in, but then
she's been acting since she was 11 months old.
She's part of the Screen
Look
Actors
at
Guild.
Look at Daddy.
Smile,
look at Daddy.
Smile, you're cute.
Smile. Hey.
And I think she was in another movie about a zebra that wanted to be a racehorse.
Well, that doesn't seem fair. Did the zebra identify as a racehorse and
they let it be a horse?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hey, it identified as a horse. That's all that matters. But her role in Remember the Titans was, I mean, it was one that was remembered because she knew more football than, or at least acted like she knew more football than most people. She would watch film with her daddy. Is Remember the Titans an underappreciated football movie?
That's the one. Remember the Titans is the one with Denzel, right? And
yes.
He comes in, and it's the white school and the black school, and they're getting integrated. And at first, it's like we're not sure how to handle it. Denzel becomes the head coach, right?
Yep.
Based on a true story?
Yeah, because the kid at the end got hit by the car, was in the car wreck and paralyzed. He was going to be the Division I player. Hope I didn't give anything away there. If you haven't seen Remember the Titans,
Spoiler
that's on
alert,
you.
dude. Come
that's
on.
You.
Spoiler alert.
It's not.
You got to say
Spoiler
that.
alert on a movie that's 20 years old?
You got to say, before you just spill the end of a movie like that most of us haven't even seen. I'm kidding. I know most people have.
I don't know how to take like this. That. Berger says, Remember the Titans is more Hollywood than Rudy, meaning
it's that it was more dramatized.
Hey.
What? You sound like you're going to say something.
Everything in Hollywood is dramatized.
Yeah.
It has to be. Gary Bertier, that was the name. That was the player.
Okay, all right. Captain Kirk asks the real question here. Okay?
Okay.
If Remember the Titans is on your TV guide, do you stop and watch?
I would, yes, but that's me because I'm a huge Denzel Washington fan. He might be my favorite actor.
I like Denzel a lot too.
I've watched The Equalizer 1, 2, and 3 so many times because I like watching him just kick ass.
I would say no to that. It's not, Remember the Titans is not one that I'm like, oh yeah, I got to make sure I watch that one.
By the way, Justin Miller says, Zebra movie is called Stripes. I remember seeing it when I was like 5 years old.
Justin sent me a nice text this morning, but I don't think Justin wants people to know he talks like that. He sent me a couple of fire emojis and a cuss word, and he said, another moment where I'm looking back and saying, damn, Ross knew the whole time. Tried to tell you more. No, it's not. Remember the Titans is not one that is it overrated? Underrated, you asked.
Underrated.
I
like it better than Rudy, and I know that's sacrilegious to some people.
And you're asking if it's underrated?
Yeah.
You're saying it's better than Rudy.
Yes.
And you're asking if it's underrated. Those two things don't jive to me.
Well, that's in my book. I'm trying to look at it from a global aspect of the listener. And do you feel it's underrated?
I don't think it's in fact, but with what you're telling me, I have a feeling it's greatly overrated.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm
I can buy
to
that.
think of like Rudy, maybe it was just my timing. I was 16, 17, 18. I liked Notre Dame. The story was such a great story. What would be your favorite football movies? We talked about baseball. You did the thing with the top 25 baseball movies the other day.
I don't know if the football movies are as moving or as iconic as baseball movies. Brian's song, but that's going way back in time. I'm not going to put Wildcats up there. Longest Yard.
Wait, why isn't Wildcats up there?
Waterboy's up there. Waterboy's up there.
Are you messing with me right now?
No.
You don't like Wildcats?
It was a one and done for me. But this shows how everybody's different when it comes to this.
I'll tell you one that didn't do it for me, and I'm going to piss off a lot of dudes my age. But again, I still haven't seen Fight Club. Friday Night Lights is not my bag.
The TV show or the movie?
The movie, one with Billy Bob Thornton. Men's Health has a list of the top football movies. Friday Night Lights, The Waterboy, Undefeated, the 2011 movie. That one's a good one. The Replacements, another one. That's the one with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Where they're
Was Gene Hackman in that too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Gene Hackman's the coach.
Yeah.
Concussion is the Will Smith movie where he's got the horrible accent about the CT, right? CTE. The Blind Side. Talk about a movie that takes a few liberties, right? Blind Side was a good one. They put the U on there, the 30 for 30. Paper Lion. Talked about Paper Lion before. I've talked about this movie. It was 1968. It stars George Plimpton. It's the movie about George Plimpton. It's Alan Alda. He plays writer George Plimpton. George Plimpton was the dude that would not just write about events, he would sneak his way into them and compete in them. And at one point,
that's right.
At one point, made his way onto the field of a Detroit Lions preseason game and took a snap. Now, he didn't sneak his way on, but it was kind of like a candid camera type of deal. Invincible, the story about what was that dude's name?
I don't know.
Vince something.
We Are Marshall on there.
They put Jerry Maguire. Is Jerry Maguire a football movie? I mean, it's got Cuba.
I would call it a football movie.
Big fan. Brian Song. Semi-tough. Harvard beats Yale 29-29. That's a 2008 movie, apparently.
Well,
We Are Marshall. All the Right Moves.
All the Right Moves is a great movie. Tom Cruise. I believe Leah Thompson was in that movie.
Any Given Sunday. Remember the Titans. North Dallas 40.
Varsity Blues. Any Varsity Blues on there?
It hasn't been yet. The Longest Yard.
The original with Burt Reynolds, absolutely.
And then Rudy was the last of the list. The one that, what was one that you said?
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues was not on there. And then there was another one that was going through my head there. Darn it.
Is Forrest Gump a football movie?
Well, I mean, if they're putting Jerry Maguire in there, they're putting Jerry Maguire in it, isn't it? Why not The Best of Times? That's a football movie. What you know about Beirut? Beirut? He the best damn baseball player ever lived. It's a fun movie.
Hey, if you're going to the Iowa State Fair, which you must go to the Iowa State Fair at least once during the fair season, make sure to stop by JR's South Fork Ranch. Check out their great live music, their great drink selection, their great food selection, like the bacon pickle mac and cheese, the famous lobster roll, or one of the most talked about new items of the fair, caviar nuggets, premium caviar, creme fraiche, and crispy chicken nuggets. Full fair day lineup, food, drinks, live music, live late night DJs, and that one-of-a-kind State Fair energy. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or a drink, or just a reset to sit down and go, I need a break. It's JR's South Fork Ranch at the Iowa State Fair. This is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
August is here, which means back to school season is upon us. We over at Land Rover Des Moines want to ensure you and your teens' vehicles are ready for the road ahead. For the entire month of August, we are offering free multi-point vehicle inspections, any make or model. At any of our service center locations, a certified technician will take a look at your tires, brakes, underneath the car, and everything in between. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or head online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Love the Hawkeyes. You love hot takes. Combine them after every game this season with the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. Good to have you along on a Tuesday morning. The State Fair specials from Willis Automotive are continuing all the way through the month of August. Select 2026 Lexus NX. 3.49 APR financing for 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Check it out at willisauto.com. They've got a lot more State Fair specials on almost every single make and model that they sell. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much for dialing us in this morning. Good to have you along. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, leave your comments in the comments section. Call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels. My name is Travis Justice. He is Ross Peterson. Has his daughter Audrey hanging out with him this morning. When does school start for Audrey?
Thursday. You want to answer?
Wow, Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tonight's Meet the Teacher. New teacher this year.
Anjanette had Meet the Teacher night last night with her kindergarten class. So she got to meet her kindergartners last night. So she's back into the classroom and getting ready. I think they start tomorrow so they start on Wednesday.
Well, then yesterday I was telling my dad, Audrey starts on Thursday. He's like, no, the governor signed something that said schools can't start until after the fair. Like, oh, well, I'll tell the school when I drop her off on Thursday.
515-517-2303. We got a call coming in. We're going down to New Sharon. That's where Derek is. Derek, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on?
Turn down Audrey's headphones.
Good morning, fellas. I just want to talk about my MVP PCA. Just kicking it. My God, that kid's good.
Yeah, lots of fun. Right now, I will pull this up. I wonder right now if he is the odds-on favorite for NL MVP.
He should be. We put tariffs on Japan. Shohei shouldn't even be eligible. Besides that, the gambling investigation.
Yeah, I totally clear that.
Take a sidetrack.
Why right now? Just so you know, right now, Shohei 51. I don't understand this. How this is possible? Shohei's at 51%. Pete Crow Armstrong's at 50.
That's 101%.
How
does that happen?
I'm just telling you what I'm looking at.
Sounds like my math.
Here's what it is, Ross.
Like my math.
It's like, let's round up. So Shohei's at 50.6 and Pete Crow Armstrong's at 50.4.
That's what I'm wondering too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bad it's all going to take a sidetrack when my two Cyclone teams start up in 3 weeks. My Happy Valley Cyclones and my Ames Cyclones.
Well, speaking of Happy Valley, and thanks for the phone call, Derek. Good to hear from you, but I'm going to transition into something else. Happy Valley really is Happy Valley, Ross. Cocaine U is now what Penn State is. Cocaine U. There were indictments handed down and arrests made of 13 former and current students at Penn State and one father, to make it a 14th, who is charged with obstruction and tampering with evidence. 2 off-campus fraternities, Delta Upsilon and Sigma Chi, had members that were using pledges as part of their indoctrination. They had to cut and package cocaine, which was then distributed to the student body for sale.
What?
Yes.
I thought, and this sounds like they caught 13 kids doing cocaine on, and they weren't looking very hard.
This was an operation. One the FBI says it was very sophisticated and coordinated, and this went on in year 2023 and 2024. I think 3 or 4 of the students are still students at Penn State. So, hey, kids, you want to join our frat? We're going to here's what you have to do to get in. Here's a razor blade. You need to cut up the cocaine. Then we're going to package it. Then we're going to go sell it to students.
You got to weigh it out. You got to cut it up. You got to weigh it out. You got to scale it up. Package it up. Travis. And was this part of like what hazing? Not hazing. What do they call the thing where you like?
That's hazing.
No. What's the thing where you try out to be a part of the frat?
Basically, yeah. It's the initiation.
Yeah, they call that something, right? There's a name for that.
Remember in old school they had the rope tied to,
You're my boy,
to the
bro.
dinglings? That's hazing.
Remember the video that came out of Iowa City? Remember of all the kids in the basement?
Sleep deprived.
And the cops they had like honey poured on them or whatever it was. And the cops like, all right, what's going on? They're like, you guys can talk to us.
Nothing. I know nothing.
like 22 dudes honeyed up in their underwear in a room. And the frats are like, what? It's Wednesday night. This is what we do. Pledging. That's what I was looking for, Patrick. Is this part of the pledging process?
This is your pledge pen?
Or the rush? Yeah, rushing.
That rushing, I believe, is for sororities. In sororities, they rush. In fraternities, they pledge.
All right. I knew there was some words there.
I went to Grandview. They didn't have fraternities, so I have no idea what that is.
I was good at making my own friends, and you didn't want to make any. So frats weren't for us.
Okay, I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial. We're in the year 2026.
Yeah.
Are you kind of surprised something like this hasn't come down before?
Oh,
meaning,
Travis, this is not the first time.
I agree, but to get busted like in this massive of a scale, how do we?
It is a funny story. It was not what I expected when you said, like 13 kids on the University of Penn State doing cocaine. I was like, Travis, there's 13 in each frat doing cocaine.
Obviously, there's a lot more kids at Penn State doing cocaine because it was cut and packaged at the frats, sold to the student body. How come these guys have all the good parties? They don't have a cash flow problem. Penn State just has to be sitting there going, are you serious? We're finally like out of the cloud of the Sandusky scandal. Yeah, people remember it, but it's far enough away that we've moved on, and then boom.
This isn't even a I mean, this is a silly. This is a silly.
I mean, it's silly, but it's illegal.
It's illegal, and drugs are serious. I don't mean to demean it. In the landscape of Jerry Sandusky,
100%.
This is silly. This is college stuff.
You wonder how many kids tried to join these frats and they said, hey, we need you to cut some cocaine and package it. And guys, you wonder how many people said, you know what, this frat's not for me.
That's what I was wondering, like that, you know, they're walking you down the stairs and you're like, all right, I heard about this. This is where the underwear and the honey thing happens. This is going to be weird, but I can get through it because I really need friends. I really need these guys. Oh, man, think of the business connections I'm going to have later in life. I just stick through this, life is going to be so easy if I just let these guys pour honey on me in my underwear. And then they open the door, and it's a cocaine packing room.
Cutters over there, packagers over there.
Who's good with a blade?
Because I'm a novice or ignorant when it comes to the drug world. Remember in Animal House when they gave the pledge names? Flounder.
Yeah.
Hey, what would be pledge names for guys that are lining up?
I don't know exactly why, but for some reason, a lot of cocaine was referred to as Dave. I never understood that one. So I'm sure there'd be a Dave in the room.
Do you think there were members of these fraternities that had no idea this was good? Because you probably had to size them. Who can we trust? You're going to be a special part of the fraternity. Don't tell the rest of the guys upstairs. They don't need to know. You guys are part of a true secret society. You're going to learn hand-eye coordination here. You're going to learn mathematics of weights and measures, and you're going to be in an entrepreneurial program that you'll learn how business is done. You guys are special.
They give them a Goonies type speech. They're like, out there they teach you book smarts, but in here we teach you street smarts. Welcome to Sigma Phi Chi Epsilon Alpha
Sigma Chi
Delta
and Delta Epsilon.
Sigma High. Sigma how high?
And then you have the dad. And I guess
there was a leader of this drug operation.
Well, the leader's still on the lam. They can't find the former student. They can't find him. He's like 12 have turned themselves in and said, okay, there's a former student that's still on the lam, but you had a dad that tried to obstruct everything and then tampered with evidence, probably so his kid wouldn't get busted, right?
Yeah.
Which that would be, you put a parent in a hard position there because you're like, this is going to destroy my son. He made a stupid, and I'm trying to put myself, if one of my kids is in this situation, what I would do. I want to believe I would do the right thing, saying, you got to own up.
I think I'd do everything I could to help him.
Yeah,
I think most parents would. You would. Your first instinct would be help my kid, try to get him out of trouble, and maybe make some big mistakes as you do that. I just wonder, it doesn't detail his role at all? Just
obstruction
tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence.
Flush some coke when the knock on the door came. He was like, dong, dong, dong. He's like, that's a loud knock. Somebody said there's got to be a guy named Snowflake in the group. I like that. Patrick had Snow, Cutter, 8-Ball. These are all
Powder. Is Powder a name? I mean, Powder was a movie.
Powder's
very
a good one.
Underappreciated movie, by
Powder's
the way.
a good one.
Powder.
Yeah. Driftless Iowan says Dusty. That's a good Dusty. Yeah, nice. Like it. So yeah, we've come up with a whole crew now.
Your pledge name is Nose Candy.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it, Audrey.
What's Nose Candy, Dad? Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll as you get older, you'll learn these things. Whitey.
Yeah, Whitey's a good one.
Whitey's a good one.
Oh.
Vacuum. I'm just picturing John Belushi going down the line, handing the pledge pins and giving their pledge names.
The guy's like, I don't think they're doing the honey thing. I'm picking up on a theme. Are you listening to these names?
You walk into the room. Everybody's in their undies.
Might have to be, listen, got to make sure nobody's sneaking product out. You might have to be naked in that room. And it's a frat. And the way I understand it, those guys that's a big part of being in the frat anyway.
Okay, now we're going to talk to you about additives. We're not going pure. We're adding some baking soda and some flour. I think those are the ingredients you use.
You did go to school on the east side, didn't you? Look at that. Hey, you were paying attention when you got into Grandview.
Your pledge name is Sugar Booger.
Booger Sugar.
Booger Sugar. Oh. The stuff you want to be out of the news for. Major cocaine cutting, packaging, and distribution ring.
This is what you send your kid. This is why you spend the extra money to get your kid into a sorority or fraternity or whatever. This is why. Teach them the lessons of life. Introduce them to some people. See, I grew up on the east side. I knew these people. I knew where to find these people, and it was called Walker Street.
Okay, am I reaching here? You tell me. And in order to keep people away, this is bad. I shouldn't even say it, but I'm going to. Should they check the NIL rolls of Penn State to say if one of these two fraternities contributed to the NIL funds of Penn State? Oh, my gosh,
that's hilarious. Oh, Travis. Who's the kid that's on the run? He was the ringleader. He's the one that came up with it. He's the one that walked in the fraternity and saw, I've got workers. Rev says you cut cocaine with various laxative, or what is this word? You cut cocaine with various
inositol?
Inositol, whatever.
So
Rev.
Augustino Abatello of Westbury, New York, remains at large. Abatello is among 14 people who are facing charges related to coke trafficking operation where students and 2 off-campus fraternities were allegedly involved.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Our attorney friend would say use allegedly.
In all, 13 defendants were Penn State University students at or around the time of the alleged conduct, which was 2023, 2024. The 14th defendant, a father of the student, is charged with tampering with evidence and hindering the investigation.
Yeah, he flushed some coke.
The Monday announcement said suspects Abatello and Thomas Robinson were the main coke suppliers. They allegedly made regular trips to Philadelphia and New York to pick up large quantities of the illegal drug.
Okay, there you go.
What'd you learn in school this year, son? Well, I can't tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy. Sworn to secrecy. If you have a son in a fraternity, just ask him what the hazing is.
You don't want to know. Don't do that. Your son doesn't want to tell you. You think your son wants to tell you, okay, Dad, so they stripped me to my underwear and sprayed me with honey, then made me stand in a room with with 20 other guys that I didn't know. Would you want to know that about Owen?
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. You're right.
Think Owen wants to tell you?
No. And he wouldn't. Owen's the most secretive kid I got. Girls just open up to me.
Guys would be like, Dad, that's just in the movies. They didn't take us up onto the roof and tie a cinder block to our junk and throw it off the roof. That didn't happen. We were in a stairwell and it was just a brick.
Wasn't it Citadel where they had to hang? This was years ago where they had to hang and they had a sword underneath the scrotum.
See, what are we doing? I'm out. Turns out I'm not a part of this group. They say birds of a feather fly together, and I'm realizing I don't have these feathers.
I'm a penguin. I don't fly.
I think I'm realizing now. Yeah. I'm looking around. I'm just now realizing for the very first time, I am not a member of this flock.
Guys, appreciate the opportunity. I'll move on. I didn't see anything here. Speaking of the Citadel, Nancy Mace went to the Citadel. Do you see Nancy Mace all tatted up?
Yeah, you know,
she's beautiful, by the way. I'm not saying you have to
pretty
agree.
lady.
I don't think you have to agree with her politically or anything. I'm not going to get in a political situation, but who would have known all those years? She finally, out of Congress, going, "Did you hear why she likes tattoos?" Honest to God statement. It gives her the pain she needs to feel.
Oh, come on now, that's sad. That's sad.
It is kind of, but you know what? I have a tat, right? You have a tat.
Yeah.
There is something about that pain.
I mean, not in an addictive way.
Oh, I would say that most people that have a lot of tats
I think, Travis, she's not alone in saying that. She's not alone in saying that. That's sad. That's sad. That's a human being that's trying to feel. I didn't know. I didn't hear that. I assumed it was just because she's the one who had the husband that had the big balloon boobs, right?
No, that was Christy Nome.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Audrey. Yeah, I'll explain later. I have a lot to explain later. So this lady then, the one that you're talking about, Nancy Mace?
She was a congresswoman from South Carolina.
Oh,
she ran
I
for
was
governor.
thinking she was the South Dakota lady that had
no, she's from South Carolina, but also beautiful.
Boobs.
But also
yeah,
beautiful.
pretty lady.
Yeah.
But I just saw a video yesterday where she had the tats on her arms, and she was like, everybody's now obsessed with my biceps. Well, you put them on the internet.
Yeah.
She was not that I was conflating those two ladies. Like that guy inflated, never mind.
When we come back, we're going to be talking some college football. The Associated Press preseason top 25 came out yesterday. Hey, do you support the Hawkeyes? Do you support the Cyclones? You can support whichever one you want with the Iowa Lottery, and the winnings could be instant with the new Iowa Hawkeyes or Iowa State Cyclone Instaplay tickets. Both of these Instaplay tickets have a top prize of $20,000, and that's a prize worth storming the field or for any football fan. Instaplay tickets are easy to buy. Simply ask the cashier at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer today. And if you're not an Insta winner, don't worry, because you could win tickets to the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series football game on September 12th in Iowa City. Iowa Lottery has your second chance at winning stadium seats or Ironman Suite tickets. Your choice. With non-winning Iowa Hawkeye or Iowa State Cyclone Instaplay tickets, you can enter them into your VIP club accounts for your chance to attend the game. Entry will end before 10 a.m. on August 31st, so get your entries in soon at ialottery.com. And if you're not a VIP, become one at ialottery.com/VIP. College football talk next on the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Brendan Santone here at Willis Cadillac. Coming into August, back to school time, we have a full lineup of our EV models available to come check out. Vistic, Optic, or Lyric. We have a few of each. Behind me to my left is going to be a new color for this year, 2027, Cashmere with a light interior, very elegant. And then to the right is a silver with black kind of combination, more of a sporty look. So whichever you prefer, we got a little bit of everything. Come see us in Clive at Willis Cadillac or at williscadillac.com.
Another day in paradise.
You said it, buddy. Wait, hush up, it's him.
With over 20 years of experience, Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions can help.
I don't like the sound of that.
Whether it's birds in your dryer vent, ants in your kitchen, or bats in your attic.
Did you just say bats?
Call us today and see how Bats and Bugs can help prevent your home from becoming their home.
Not good, not good.
Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm out of here.
Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions. Even the pests know.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
I like to buy America from hometowns near and far. All pursuing happiness doesn't matter who you are. That's the real thing.
Loving the Rush? Of course you are. Keep listening for more local sports content on The Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and Beyond the Bench with Sean Roberts and Lucas Strain from 4 to 6 every day. It's all here on the Rush Radio Network.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner at Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
State Fair savings have rolled into Willis Chevrolet of Granger. It's the biggest event of the season, and we're celebrating with huge discounts, deals like Silverado 1500 0% APR for 60 months, plus $750 cash rebate. Trailblazer already affordable, now packed with an additional $750 cash rebate. Come see why Willis Chevrolet of Granger is the best place in Iowa to buy a Chevy. Here in Granger, online at willischevy.com.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
When you need energy without sugar, reach for Monster Energy Ultra with a light, crisp taste and a boost you expect from Monster. Ultra is built for long days, early mornings, workouts, road trips, and everything in between. Zero sugar, full flavor. Unleash your day with Monster Energy Ultra from Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. We do have a poll up from Central City Liquors on our X page, and Brian wants to know what you want this week. He's doing it again. Beer, liquor, seltzers, or THC drinks. Beer leading again, Ross. Kind of surprises me.
It's on the comeback, baby.
It's on a comeback. I know.
Okay.
I know. So go to our X page at Rush Mornings and vote what you want from Central City Liquors this week on our Thursday Central City Liquors Rush Radio special. AP, Associated Press, that is, college football preseason top 25 came out yesterday. Ohio State, your preseason number one team. Now, Ohio State, the preseason number one in the coaches poll, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. I think the impressive part about this, Ross, and if you want to, because everybody's like, what do preseason polls mean? Well, that's a good point. They don't really mean a lot. Gives you kind of a barometer. But with Ohio State, I think it's a little bit different. I want to know if you think this is impressive, because I do. So this is their 14th consecutive year starting in the top 10, in the preseason top 10.
Wow.
14, which is the longest active streak. Of those 13 previous years, only once did they finish outside the top 10. That was 2013 when the streak started. Wow. They finished 12th. Every other year, they started, and they've only started preseason number one twice. So this isn't a normal thing to start number one, but they started in the top 10 and they finished in the top 10. I think that's impressive about Ohio State.
Very impressive. That's dominance. The The thing that people need to realize, Travis, is the unbelievable importance of preseason polls. The massive weight. They're the carries way more weight, significantly more weight than any other poll the rest of the year until the very final one.
It's a good way to look at it. It does.
It carries, it's 40% of the work. Because if you're not ranked in that top 10 and you start 6-0, hey, we have Utah. Look at them trying. Look at Bowling Green, old 15-0 or 5-0. Once they get to 10-0, then we'll. If you're a ranked team and you start the season 5-0, oh baby, we all called it.
College football playoff is coming.
Here it is. The preseason poll carries. I don't think it should. I don't know what the right solution is. I don't know if Travis, we should. We couldn't. There's no unwinding the clock. You're not putting the cheese back in the cow here.
And you know why? And I don't disagree with it, but it's kind of like a necessary pain. We need that talking point. We need to reference a gauge.
I was going to say, they could wait, but really, I mean, that's what the college football playoff poll does. The college football playoff poll says we're not going to do anything for a while. We're going to let the season play out for a bit, and then we're going to, but then there's 1,000 other preseason polls. And if the AP didn't do it and the coaches didn't do it, somebody else would. Barstool would have one that we'd all talk about or whatever it would be.
I think, and there are a lot of people that do. It's just when it comes to history and what do you trust, and I use trust loosely, but what has become more reputable, you look at the Associated Press and you look at the coaches' polls.
Ohio State gives it credibility. That stat that you get, that gives it credibility. For 13 years, they've been in the top 10 and then stayed in the top 10 or remained ended in the top 10. That shows that the preseason poll predicts the future, right?
No, because there's 9 other schools that will start in there, then some won't even finish in the top 25.
Right. And no, or is it telling the future, or is it guiding the future?
Guiding the future.
I would say that second part. Now again, Ohio State's an outlier. I don't, and I'm not knocking Ohio State at all. That's an insane run. 12 of the last 13 years they've been in the top 10, and the 1 year they weren't, they were 12.
They were 12.
That's insane.
And they won 2 national titles in there. One in 2014 and one in 2024.
That is a wild stat. I had no idea they were that sort of dominant.
And I believe their winning percentage over the last 10 years is like 87%. 87%. Against ranked teams, Ross, they have the second highest winning percentage the last 10 years against ranked teams. 75% of the games they've played against ranked teams, they've won. They're winning 3 out of every 4 games against ranked teams.
Does it have an actual stat of what that is?
Of who they beat?
No. Like, does it give a record? Does it say
yes. They've played 52 games against ranked teams. They are 39-13.
That's above. What did you say that was?
75%.
Yeah.
Alabama's better.
Exactly
Alabama's at 77.8%. Alabama's played 63 ranked teams, and they're 49-14.
Yeah, I mean, their conference schedule a lot of times is 4 or 5 ranked teams.
And same with Ohio State, right? I mean, you have 8 Big Ten teams ranked in the preseason top 25. Yeah. Just an impressive stat from Ohio State.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Good job.
Oregon is your number 2 team in the preseason poll. Georgia, number 3. Notre Dame, number 4. Texas, number 5. Now, Ohio State and Texas are going to play, I think, September 12th. So that will be a marquee matchup.
Dude, that's less than a month away.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, Trav,
game, right?
Is that it is. Is that the 4 and 5? I think Texas and Notre Dame are swapped from the coaches poll. Do you have that?
Yeah.
Because I think it was Notre Dame was 5 in in the coach. I've got it somewhere in here in my notes. I don't know where it's at.
I got it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think that they were 5 in the. It doesn't matter.
You are correct.
Form
Texas
five.
is
Okay.
number 4 in the coaches poll. Notre Dame is number 5, and they are swapped in the Associated Press. Iowa comes in at number 22.
Same as the coaches.
Exact same as the coaches.
Seem fair?
Yeah, 100%.
I like that.
But I've said this all along. Iowa is a program that should be starting in the top 25 every single year. There's no reason that I'm not saying top 10. I'm not even saying top 15. I don't think it's unrealistic to expect the Iowa Hawkeyes to start in the top 25 every single year. Am I naive that way?
You're optimistic that way. I think that Iowa, I think that if you asked around the country, you could poll all of the college football fans and say, should your team start the season in the top 25? You'd have 40 programs that say yes. See my point?
Yeah.
Is that we're in that group of about 15 or 20 that are on the back end of that. We're not the Ohio States of the world.
No. That's just the harsh reality.
Right. And there's about 15, 20 of those. And we're on the outside of that looking in, of teams that should really expect it every year. I think that we're in that group of that goes up to about 40. That group from 15 to 20 to 40, 22, 23, 25 teams that are in this thing of, man, every year we could be. Iowa State was definitely in that scenario. You just feel like you hit a reset button here in the last offseason. So, somebody asked earlier about Penn State. I saw somebody comment and say, "Can't believe Penn State is 18." And I don't know if I don't know which they meant by that. Did they mean they are surprised Penn State is as low as 18 or as high as 18? Because
let's look at it this way: if Matt Campbell would have returned to Iowa State, where would the Cyclones have been ranked with everybody back? Probably around 20 to 18.
Probably safe to say that.
Yeah. Now, I look at, I think 18 is fair, but when you look at Penn State's schedule, don't be surprised if Penn State's in the top 10 before you know it, because their schedule is easy.
That's why I think that they are. That if you look at the schedule, they're a top 15 team. If they're not a top 15 team, people will be upset about it. They're not a playoff team, Travis. Their schedule is soft this year.
Now, if they go unbeaten, obviously they'll be a playoff team. But I'm kind of with you. You're going to get, let's say they lose one game, but let's say one, and you're in that mix. You start looking at the schedules and go, all right, well, who's got the toughest schedule? And you got to play them every week, and I get, but just compare Nebraska's schedule, Iowa's schedule, to Penn State's schedule. You go, oh, I'd take that schedule. There's always one you'll go, I'll take that one if you had to line it up. Speaking of preseason college football polls, do you know the last preseason number one to win a national title?
No.
Alabama, 2017.
Okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't seem like 2017 was that long ago.
That's almost that's almost a decade ago. Yeah.
So it's not like they get it right every single year. But again, my advice to everybody, screenshot those two polls, then come back at the end of the year and see how accurate they really were.
Did you see the story I sent you yesterday, Travis, about college football, that fans are going to get a vote in the Heisman this year?
I saw a little bit about it. Bring me up to date on it.
That's essentially the story.
Just
fans are next year. I'll pull up the ESPN article here.
What do you think? Does that cheapen it, or does that give?
Let's go through the details of it, and maybe you can fill in some of the gaps for me. Because were you?
I was a Heisman voter.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I have my ballot. One of my when I went in 2001, I've got a poster in the office.
That's
Heisman
super
trophy.
Cool. That's a good one.
So I was a Heisman voter for like 6 or 7 years.
How many Heisman voters are there?
Oh, it's all based by region. I would say
I could Google this real quick.
I'd say anywhere between 150 to 200. I could be off on that.
Well, for the Heisman Trophy, okay? Let me Google this real quick. There are 931.
So I wasn't that special. I thought I was special. Guess not. Did I vote for Troy Davis? I did, I believe.
Did you?
Yes.
Timmy T Box is in the comment section, and he's beaten me to the punchline. So I'm just going to bring everybody up to speed here. Timmy T Box writes in and says, "Just one vote." Yeah, that's right, Timmy T Box. All of college football fans will get a chance to select one vote for the Heisman Trophy. So a total of 931 electors vote for the Heisman Trophy. There is 870 media members, 60 living former Heisman Trophy winners, and one fan ballot, an aggregated fan vote compiled through an official public voting platform.
Now, believe it or not, that one vote could, depending on how close everything is, let's say you have a really tight race. That one vote could swing the point system because it's all based off points of 1, 2, and 3, right? And you second place.
I'm going to push back. I'm going to push back on the every vote matters thing, right? Your vote doesn't matter at all. It never does it. Alabama running back Mark Ingram is the winner in the closest Heisman Trophy voting of all time in 2009. He edged out Stanford running back Toby Gerhart by 28 points.
And he probably got more second place votes than Gerhart did. If I were, I don't know if they go through the voting, but I would.
The second closest margin is Bo Jackson over Chuck Long. Bo Jackson sucks.
I mean, if you're going to lose the Heisman Trophy,
lose it to one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Would you rather lose to Toby Gerhart or would you rather lose to Bo Jackson? Call me crazy.
In 2001, Eric Crouch over Rex Grossman. That's the fifth closest.
And that was my poster that I got up there.
That's the one.
That's the poster. Yeah. And that was right after 9/11. So they moved from the Downtown Athletic Club to the Manhattan Marriott Marquis. I remember going down to Ground Zero, man. I went, and Dave Remington took us down there because his office was in the World Trade Center. It was crazy. That was my last time to New York, I believe. So millions of fans can vote, but it's going to be one vote.
Millions of fans vote for one vote. The other 900 and whatever it was votes are going to be scattered about. $931. 870 media members.
And those are divided up by region. I think each region has a certain amount of allotted votes. Yeah.
I sent you that one yesterday. I also sent you a story about the unluckiest fan of all time. Did you see that? Did you read that? Did you see the email I sent yesterday?
I saw the links, but I was doing some stuff. So
you're right. And when I send you that stuff, it's just the nonsense stuff that are rabbit holes.
I like your nonsense.
Okay.
I almost like being surprised by your kind of like I surprised you with a cocaine story from Penn State
There
today.
you go.
Yeah.
August 17th. So this is yesterday in sports history, 1957. I'm going to tell you a story about the most unlucky fan of all time. There's several fun foul ball stories in baseball. Like, did you know that Bob Feller's mom came to watch him pitch on Mother's Day and got hit by a foul ball? I think it was the first time she ever came to a major league game. Somewhere in my brain the story says it was like the one and only time that she ever saw him pitch in Major League Baseball. She got hit by a foul ball. August 7th, 1957, Alice Roth experiences what is sure one of the worst days any spectator has had at a Major League Baseball game. Alice is in attendance when Hall of Famer Richie Ashburn hits a foul ball
From
into the
Tilden,
stand.
Nebraska, Richie Ashburn.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I thought Alice Roth was. I was like, you know her?
No, Richie Ashburn was from Tilden, Nebraska.
You know Alice Roth? Anyway, Richie Ashburn steps to the plate, hits a foul ball. It strikes Alice Roth. Okay. Roth is being treated for a broken nose. When the game starts up again, and the very next pitch, Ashburn slices another foul ball in the direction of Alice Roth while she's on the gurney being treated for the broken nose.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
Hits her leg and breaks her leg.
He rocked that then.
Dude, remember, no nets. She's not far from the plate. She gets hit once in the face, breaks her nose. And then they're helping her. And the next pitch, he fouls another ball right at her and breaks her leg. I think I've told you this story before. My buddy John, he goes on a date with a girl one time. And she's several years older than him. And they're talking about stuff and, sharing stories. And, you ever go down to the iCubs? And she's like, I try not to go to the iCubs much. And he's like, oh, that's too bad. He's like, I love going down there. He's like, it's always a good time. But I do remember one time when I was a kid, I went down there and a lady got hit in the face with a ball and had to be taken away. And she goes, yeah, that was me. He's like, that was you? Like 1985? Hit in the face of Sec Taylor? I was there. This poor lady.
Getting carted off on a gurney. Then
taken to a nearby hospital, perhaps to salvage their relationship with the. Okay, let me repeat. Let me go back here. Roth's husband Earl was the Philadelphia Bulletin sports editor, so the couple regularly attended Phillies games. On this occasion, they were sitting in the press box behind the third base dugout, along with their grandsons, to watch the home team play the New York Giants. Ashburn, an accomplished hitter who retired in 1962 with a .308 batting average, was adept at frustrating pitchers by fouling off pitches. The unlucky Roth was taken to a nearby hospital, perhaps to salvage their relationship with the sports editor of a local paper. The Phillies invited Earl Roth and their grandchildren into the clubhouse after the game, giving the kids free tickets and an autographed baseball. Visiting her in the hospital later that day, one of her grandchildren reportedly asked Roth, Grandma, do you think you could go to an Eagles game and get hit in the face with a football?
What if that ball still exists? Because that would be a valuable ball, right?
Oh, that's fun. That's really fun, Grandma.
Can you take one for the
go to
team,
Eagles
Grandma?
game? That was great, Grandma.
Melanie puts it in perspective. My experience at 16 watching a kid eat a hockey puck taught me to always keep your eye on the puck, ball, and fist.
Yeah.
If you're going to get hit by something, is the puck the worst?
The worst. The worst.
Because it's black and you can't see it coming
It's
through
frozen. It's frozen. Oh. That hard rubber. I mean, they shouldn't even call it rubber. It's not rubber. It's a hockey puck. I'm with you. They're flying. Every now and again, you get one of those little lofters that will, frisbee up into the air and kind of. But most of the time, when they fly into the stands, they're humming.
By the way, a hockey puck is made of vulcanized rubber.
Yeah, so as I say, it's a different type of rubber.
A dense mixture of natural rubber, oils, carbon black, and bonding chemicals.
Yeah.
Curved with sulfur under intense heat. Vulcanized. Live
rubber.
long and prosper.
Yeah. Golf ball. Several people have said golf ball.
I would rather get hit by a golf ball than a puck.
I've been with guys that have been hit by golf balls. Never in the face. In the face. I'm not acknowledging such nonsense.
As your phone goes crazy. Man.
I do like this. It says, Rotha took her misfortune in stride. Striked up a friendship with Ashburn after he visited her the next day. Ashburn would go down as one of Philly's most beloved sportsmen, following his brilliant on-field career, a broadcasting career that lasted until his death in 97. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 95. Roth's son would later become the Phillies' bat boy, and Alice Roth continued to attend games. No word whether or not she ever made it to that Eagles game to eat one for the kids.
How ironic that her son became a bat boy. Do you think there was a wink, wink, nudge, nudge? Hey, I got hit. Can my son become a bat boy when he's old enough?
It sounds like her husband was the reporter anyway, so probably had an in. I swear I had nothing to do with Eli being the bat boy at the High-Caps. He literally called me one day and he's like, Dad, I got a summer job. I'm like, oh, really?
You know what I like about that? He took the initiative on his own and didn't ask you for help.
Yeah.
I'm always telling my kids, ask me for help. I'll help.
Yeah.
I know
and
people.
I tell him I would. I absolutely, I'm like, dude, I'll call Bruno. I'm sure Bruno could probably use a busboy. Now, he likes Bruno.
Cyhawk 8 brings this up and I forgot. I mean, Travis shattered a club shaft with a golf ball. I don't think a golf ball would ever feel good. That's true. And I about hit that lady from about 20 yards and defied the laws of physics and hit one.
Defied the laws of physics. I've defied the laws of physics on a golf course many times. I've been on in 2, off in 3. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, I've done it many times.
Fun show today.
The last story I sent you was the one about the Lakers. You see the Lakers getting sold?
Oh, yeah. When Jeannie Buss now contested, and I had that on there, was about.
Did you?
Yeah, Jeannie Buss is contesting the sale of the remaining part of the Buss family stake, which is 17.5%. It's now 4 against 1 in the family. Family dysfunction is not healthy, folks.
There's
not
a lot of
healthy
dysfunction happening in this story.
Yes, very much so. Trent Condon and the Lunch Rush coming up from 11 to 1. Again, go back and watch the first 30 minutes of the show. You'll know why there is no Beyond the Bench today. Hopefully, we can get this stuff resolved quickly.
Hey, I feel better. I feel better now than I did at 6. Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. We are now booking, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. Now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
It's August, and that means back to school time is upon us. And we here at Willis Infinity want to make sure you and your teen driver's vehicle are safe and reliable for the year ahead. That's why we're offering a complimentary vehicle inspection. Just bring you or your teen's car to any Willis service center, and our skilled technicians will check over things like brakes, tires, and more. Any make, any model. So schedule your appointment online at willisinfinity.com.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. A front row tickets to every show millionaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you could change your life for life. Play today.
Bask in the glory of victory, or if necessary, wallow in the sorrow of defeat. Do both after every Hawkeye game on the Black and Gold Rush on the Rush Radio Network.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Don't settle for less. Get more of what you want with new Power Water from Powerade. More electrolytes, more flavor, and zero sugar. Do it again, make it a 10. I got the power. Finally, a fitness water that gives you power for more. Powerade Power Water. It takes more.
There's more Rush coming up now, but stay tuned to the Rush Radio Network for the Lunch Rush with Trent Condon from 11 to 1 and finish your day with Sean Roberts and Lucas Train on Beyond the Bench from 4 to 6. Only on the Rush Radio Network.